let's use either our ball, if you like your ball, or your mat. And we're gonna come on over and let's see how everything feels. We're gonna roll down and let's take 3 slow breaths as we roll our shoulders up, back, and down. And start to press the low back down as you do this. And then we're going to reach the arms slowly up and the hips up. Just see how your back is doing and feel that lengthening as you come up and go down. 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's do a couple more. I always feel like it's realigning my spine. Maybe you do too. And now we're going to roll our hips up and reach the arms up and lengthen and take a few more breaths. And let's slowly roll the hips down, and we're going to bring the arms into a goal post position. And start to feel the lengthening so the shoulders are rolling down, and you can feel the shoulder blades pressing down. And we're going to turn just the head slowly to the right. And then slowly to the other side, to the left. Tracking the eyes as you do this. And we're going to come back to the center. We're going to keep our arms where they are and lift the right knee up toward the chest and put the foot down and then the left. And let's do a couple more of these, stretching the spine. And one more time for each leg. And then let's bring the elbows slowly in, and we're going to open and close the arms. And 2 more. And then let's come into a spinal twist. So we're going to take our knees to the right and keep the left arm out to the left and slowly bring the arm up over the head and out to the side and stretch the shoulder. With the breath, we're going to do a few more of these. And then one more time, taking your time so you feel the opening. And let's take our legs, our knees over to the left. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So gently bringing the arm up so you feel the whole shoulder, the right shoulder, opening, and we're going to go up and out with the arm. And one more. And let's bring the knees back to the center, hands come behind our head, and we're going to take our right knee to the left elbow and go side to side. And one more time to each leg. And then regular crunches, lifting and lowering. And the next time, let's straighten the legs up and bend, tapping the toes down and keep going. And one more like this. And then let's see about regular bicycles and stretch the leg out. And then last one. And let's put our feet down. We're going to roll the hips up and walk the shoulder blades closer together, lifting the hips higher. And a couple more deep breaths. And then we're going to grab a hold of our ball or our block and let's put it underneath our back. And we're going to lift the legs up and point and flex the feet. Let's wake up the ankles and make circles. And circle in the opposite direction. Now let's open our legs out and in. And slow it down so you really feel how the hips are working and the inner legs are working. And we're pressing the hips down. And a couple more. And then we're going to add on. So as the legs open up, we're going to reach the arms through and then over the head as the legs close. And if you're on the ball, you're really, balancing a little bit more. And 5 more. And then let's try our happy baby and wake up the hips even more in the back. And you can kind of gently rock a little side to side. Roll the shoulders down. And breathe deeply. 3 more breaths. We're going to straighten our legs up toward the ceiling again and see if we can hinge the legs toward the chest a little bit more, straightening the legs so it's a forward fold on our back. And keep the hips down and take another couple of breaths. And now we're gonna put our feet back down on the mat, and let's take a deep breath. And we're gonna take our feet together in Baddha Konasana and do a pelvic tilt at the same time. So it's gonna activate all around the inner leg and the hip. And 3 more breaths. So we're getting those inner organs too. And then let's release that and bring the feet back to hip width apart. We're gonna take the right knee up and straighten the leg up into a half happy baby. So hold the right foot or whatever you can clasp. And now we're going to release the legs straight up, bring the arm down, and point the toes. Let's make a few circles with the right leg. So we're really feeling what the hip is doing. And then circle the leg in the opposite direction. And 1 more circle. And cross the right foot over the left thigh and lift the leg up. And just hold in a stretch and take a few more slow breaths. And let's put the foot back down, and we're going to try the whole thing on the other side. So uncross, press the right foot down and come into our half happy baby, holding the left foot. So we're getting that blood circulation into the hip. Now we're going to release the legs straight up. Arm comes down, point the toes, and make the circles with the legs, with the left leg. And circle in the opposite direction. And last circle. And then let's do the same thing. Cross the foot over the right thigh, flex the foot, lift the leg up, and come into that deeper stretch and breathe. And last deep breath. And let's release. We're going to uncross, and we're going to take both legs just up halfway, and we're going to lift and lower. Let's squeeze the legs together, so working the lower belly, and slow it down. And then we're going to flex the feet and keep lifting. So we're doing both. If it's too much, just do 1 leg at a time. And just 1 more. And let's put our feet back on the mat. Now we're going to roll the hips up again and take the ball out. Take the ball or the block away. Take 3 more breaths as you press the feet down. And then let's slowly lower the hips down, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's roll over to the side, and we're going to sit up. And let's sit cross-legged, crisscross applesauce. And we're gonna forward fold, lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders down. And see if you could try a few cat-cows like this, releasing the head. So inhaling and exhaling. And now let's walk the arms to the right and take a couple of breaths. And then over to the left. And back to the center. So we're going to come on up and let's look up, rolling the shoulders down. And then head back to neutral, twisting to the right. And then twisting to the left. And we're going to come to the center, right hand down and left arm over in our side stretch. And let's go over to the other side. Left hand down, right arm over. And let's come back to the center and reach the arms out and flip the palms up. So really activating the arms. Take 3 breaths. And let's touch each finger to the thumb. Just kind of notice when you do this how it activates the nerves or your whole hand. Really good. We're going to reach the arms up and clasp the hands. So reach up, lean to the right, and then over to the left, and back to the center. Let's bring the arms down and twist to the right again. Take another deep breath. Reach the right arm up and lean toward the left leg. And then we're going to try it on the other side. So we'll bring our right arm down, twist to the left, take another deep breath, reach the left arm up and lean toward the right leg. And now we're going to come back to the center, bringing the left arm down. So we're going to take, I know we're not using our strap, but let's pretend we've got it. So we're going to bring our elbows into the ribs and just open the lower part of your arms out and in slowly. And just notice how you've got to keep your arms, your shoulder in place. This is such a good strengthening exercise, even without the stretchy band. Feel the space between your ears and your shoulders. And let's do 2 more. And last one. Really good. And then just a Santa hug. So forward fold. And 1 more breath. And we're going to come on up. And now we're going to reach our right arm up over our head. Bend the arm. So take the left one around behind you. And I sure can't hold my fingers, but I bet you can. But just feel that rotation in the left shoulder and the stretch in the right tricep. And take another couple of breaths. Don't strain, just kind of feel the stretch. And then we're going to switch the arms. So roll the shoulders up, back, and down before you switch. And then reach the left arm up. Bend the arm behind your back And take the right arm, and maybe you could touch your fingers, and just breathe as you sit and lengthen the spine. And one more breath. And then we're going to release and do the same thing. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and clasp the hands behind you, rolling the shoulders down again. Lean to the right and see if you can lengthen and look up. If it's too much, just look straight ahead. And then let's go to the other side, leaning to the left. And we're going to come back to the center and release the arms. And come on over to hands and knees and do our cat-cow. And feel that nice stretch. And let's do one more. And we're going to come into a neutral spine and curl the toes under. So we're going to practice lifting the hips up, coming up on our toes, bending the knees so the knees almost touch, and then coming back up. We're going to do a few more full spine stretch. And then one more time, and stay in this downward dog position. And just bring the heels down and take a few more breaths. Feel that stretch in the upper back and the lower back. And then let's walk to the top of our mat. And we're going to come into a deeper forward fold and release the head. And let's roll all the way up, reaching the arms up and hands to our heart. And let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down and feel the spine lengthening. We're going to twist the upper body to the right and then over to the left, back to the center, and let's bring our elbows to our thighs and feel this stretch. And start to straighten the legs. Hands come down into that forward fold. We're going to step our right leg back and we're in a lunge. And take a couple more breaths. Just kind of lengthen the back of the right leg. Step back to downward dog. And lift the right leg up. And let's step the right leg forward. And then the left, and we're going to try that halfway up position, forward fold, and inhaling up. Reaching the arms out and up, and bringing the hands to the heart. Let's roll the shoulders down again. Twist the upper body to the left, and then to the right. And the center, and then elbows to our thighs again, into the deeper forward fold, stepping the left leg back for our lunge, step the right leg back, downward dog, and lift the left leg up and step the leg forward. And then the right, halfway up, forward fold, and then inhale all the way up. And let's bring our hands to our heart and just feel Tadasana, rolling the shoulders down. So as you're looking straight ahead, feel how the spine is lengthening. We're going to turn just the head to the right, and then over to the left. And notice your posture. Back to the center. Now let's lift our right knee up and try our can-cans. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And put the right foot down and switch. Left knee up and do our can-can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And left foot down and just feel. Now let's put all the weight in the left leg, left foot. Reach the right leg out and in 5 times. Working those hips again. One more. And then right foot down, all the weight in the right leg. And take the left leg open and close without moving, the hip too much. And one more. And left foot down. And inhale the arms up. Forward fold. Let's step back, downward dog. And take 3 breaths to lengthen. And we're going to come into a plank and back to a dog. And do a couple more. This time we're going to stay in our plank and bring one knee down and then the other, our mountain climbers. And then let's bring our knees down and sit back into child's pose. Release the hips. And walk the arms to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. So we're going to come down into a Sphinx pose. And take a few breaths, rolling the shoulders down. And then let's try our half-arm plank. So we're going to lift the hips up and extend through the heels. Now coming back to child's pose. And then downward dog. Let's lift the right leg up and we're going to step it forward to a lunge. And let's reach the arms up for our high lunge. Twist to the right, cross the elbow over, hands together. And then left fingers down, right arm up. And then we're going to come back to our downward dog. And let's switch legs. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And then high lunge, reaching the arms up. Twist to the left. And let's cross the arm over, hands together. And right fingers down, left arm up. And let's come back to down dog. Let's walk to the top again. And when we get there, we're going to come halfway up. And then a forward fold. Feel that release. And let's come all the way up to standing, reaching the arms up. And hands to our heart. Let's try another balance pose. So we're going to lift our right knee up, put our left hand on the right leg, right arm out, and turn our head slowly to the right. And then head comes back to the center. We're going to release that foot down and switch. So left leg up, right hand on the left leg. Reach the left arm out and turn your head to the left. And then back to the center and left foot down. So we're going to clasp our hands behind us, roll the shoulders down, feel the spine lengthening. Now we're going to take our right knee up. Let's see if we could take the knee open and closed 5 times. And one more. And then right foot down. Let's switch. Left knee up. Take that leg open and close 5 times. And left foot down. And release the arms. Let's inhale up. Forward fold, diving down. We're going to come into a forward fold, release the head, and step back, down dog. And we're going to come into another child's pose. And we're going to reach the arms forward. And let's try a few iguanas. So now hips come forward as we look up. And then back to child's pose. Just a couple more. And last one. And let's take a couple more breaths in our child's pose. And as we sit up on our heels, we're going to sit over on our right hip and do our twist to the right. And let's switch sides. We're going to sit over to the left hip and twist to the left. And now we're going to come to the center and bring our legs out in front of us. And first of all, let's feel this lengthening with the legs down, Dandasana, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart and twist the upper body to the right and then to the left. and back to the center. Let's bring our hands down and bend the legs. We're gonna put our feet down and come into our table pose and lift the hips up and look up. And then head back to neutral. Let's see if we could do 5 tricep push-ups, just bending the elbows and straightening. And you don't have to come down all the way, it's just to kind of activating the triceps, the back of the arms. 1 more. And we're gonna walk to our squat. So walking forward and stretching out the back of the legs and the hips and the low back. And then a forward fold. So let's lift the hips up and release the head here. And we're going to come all the way up to standing and reach up. Hands to our heart. And take another breath. Should we see about warrior 3? Why not? Let's lift our right knee up and take the right leg back for warrior 3. And then bring the right foot forward down to the mat. And we're going to switch left knee up and leg back for warrior 3. And then let's bring the left foot down. We're going to inhale up and forward fold, diving down, and come back to downward dog. And let's take 3 breaths. Really good. Now we're going to lift our right leg up. And let's try our warrior 2. And see how our hips are after that hip work we've done. First of all, make sure you could see your right big toe. And reverse, left arm down, right arm up. And then let's take the right forearm down to the right thigh and left arm over. And see if you can lengthen and roll the chest open. And let's come back to our warrior 2. Now we're going to straighten our right leg for triangle. So bring the hand down, left arm up. And let's come all the way up. So we're going to be in our wide-legged pose. Reach the arms up and clasp the hands over our head. Lean to the right and over to the left. And back to the center and just an easy forward fold. 3 breaths. And let's come back up, reaching the arms up. And now our warrior 2, turning our left foot out. Make sure you can see the left big toe. And reverse, right arm down, left arm up. And then the left forearm comes down to the left thigh, right arm over. Lengthen and roll the chest open. Let's come back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg for triangle. And then we're going to come back up. And this time, let's hold our hands behind us. Roll the shoulders down and inhale, look up. And then forward fold. And we're going to come all the way up. And let's reach the arms up. And come into our goddess pose. Turn the feet out. We'll take the elbows open and closed a few times. And feel the difference in your body. A couple more slow breaths. And now inhale up and come back to down dog. Let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to come into a child's pose, bending the knees, sitting back on our heels, and taking 3 breaths in child's pose. And let's sit up on our heels. And twist to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. So we're going to release this pose. And let's take our, just roll to one of your hips. And we're going to roll down on our back so we can feel the difference in our spine. And let's come into happy baby. And take a few breaths as you rock a little side to side. And then we'll bring our feet together in our butterfly pose. And let's bring our feet down to the mat and roll the hips up and stretch the spine. Notice the difference in the spine now. And one more breath. And we're going to gently and really slowly bring each vertebrae down, your hips down. And let's bring our feet together and cross the right knee over the left knee. And we're going to roll the legs over to the left for our spinal twist. And breathe. Just kind of let everything relax. And 2 more breaths. And we're going to gently release this side and bring the legs back to the center and uncross. And let's try the other side. Left knee over the right. Roll the legs over there to the right and find a deeper stretch for you and breathe. And 2 more breaths. And very gently, we're going to come back to the center and uncross the legs. And let's come down into our final pose of Shavasana. If you'd rather do a different pose for this one, feel free. Otherwise, just notice how your spine is being held by Mother Earth. And feel the slowness of your breath as it comes into the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. And feel your whole body supported by the earth. We're giving thanks for our heartbeats and our breath. Wishing peace for our homes and families, and good health to every cell and molecule. Let's slowly, slowly reach the arms up and stretch and take a deep breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. We're going to roll over to the side and gently come to a seated position as we seal in our practice, bringing our hands to our heart. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Thanks, Marion.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.